There we are. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning.
It's
It's Thursday.
Thursday. Mhm. Yeah,
That
it
means we're
is.
on the downward slope,
We
as you
are.
say.
To the weekend.
That's right. That's
You guys,
right.
if you hear my stomach growling, I'm really sorry because it's really loud this morning. You ever have those days where your stomach is
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I am hungry? Yeah, it's this
Let
morning
me
it's
sing
one
you
of
the
those.
song of my people.
Sorry. It's so loud. Yeah.
You guys, I know we talked about this, last week, maybe earlier this week. I can't remember when. But if you know our amazing sales VP, Jen, for those of you who attended the meet and greet, you met her, and she's fabuloso. And as we told you, her husband decided to do a 45-day trial, if you will, with Healthy Cell, with their multivitamin. And Healthy Cell is the multivitamin that comes in the little, oh shoot, I already ate mine today, so I don't have one to show you. But it comes in the little gel pack. So instead of taking a big honkin' pill or capsule or tablet that's a multivitamin that is not going to get fully absorbed by your body, they come in these amazing gel packs that actually taste amazing. So Blake, Jen's husband, he apparently, to give you some more specifics, because I didn't get into this level of detail the last time we talked about it, he was deficient, according to his day one blood work, in vitamin B1 and vitamin B2, had deficiencies in both of those. So he was on Healthy Cell for 45 straight days, did blood work again. He corrected both of those deficiencies. All of his nutrient levels were up on average 86%.
Wow.
None of them, and this is the key, none of them were too high. And that's kind of the amazing thing about Healthy Cell is it gets your body at the healthy level of where it needs to be in terms of nutrients, minerals, vitamins, all the things your body needs. It gets you to the level that you need to be for optimum health. That's what's so amazing about Healthy Cell. I don't know a better testimony of how well it works and how quickly it works than somebody who was never taking multivitamins, started Healthy Cell. 45 days later, he's in perfect balanced nutritional health. So, and you can try this for yourself. It's healthycell.com/chicks, 20% off your first order when you use code chicks. Check them out, you guys. You're not going to
Do
regret it.
it. Do it. And then also check out our insiders group, our insiders and our locals groups. You can check out all of our links, all of our places at chicksontheroad.com/links. We're having some
Links.
issues with our insiders stuff right now. People are having problems posting because Facebook sucks monkey balls.
Oh my God, they suck
Yeah,
every ball.
right.
And
Every
the
single one.
worst part is that there is no way to get support from Facebook. I'm trying
Mm-mm.
my best, you guys, but like it is, I've gotten nothing because Facebook doesn't actually offer support to
No.
pages, to groups, to anything. It's awful. And we're doing our best. We're going to try to figure out if there's a contact that we can, find. But in the meantime, the only people that are able to post in insiders are us and our moderator, and that is it. Everybody can comment. So that's the good news, is that you can still interact with one another. You just can't post new things yet. We're going to try to get that squared away to the best of our ability. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do until Facebook figures themselves out. Anyway, you should still join, or you can look at locals, because locals is an alternative.
Mhm.
Never had problems with locals because we
Yep.
actually have
There are
support
people
there.
there. Yeah, chicksontheroad.locals.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have great support. Mhm.
Okay, lots and lots of news to get to. The first of which, the big story from yesterday. Well, one of many big stories from yesterday. God, there were really a lot of big stories from
A
yesterday.
lot, a lot of
Oh my
stuff.
God.
We have a lot of news. Yeah.
A lot of news. One of the stories was, of course, that New York AG Letitia James filed a $250 million civil suit against Trump, claiming not only just Trump, but Trump and all of his kids, claiming that he has defrauded the state of New York by overinflating the value of a lot of his properties. And so she gave this huge press conference. She couldn't wait to do it because she hates him so much. And I'll give you a little soundbite just to show you like her earnestness level, like her, I'm putting on my serious business face. You know what I mean? This is this is part of her announcement from yesterday.
efforts to generate profits for himself, his family, and his company. The complaint demonstrates that Donald Trump falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself and to cheat the system, thereby cheating all of us. He did this with the help of the other defendants, his children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump, and former Trump Organization CFO Alan Weisselberg and Trump Organization Controller Jeffrey McConney. Mr. Trump and the Trump Organization repeatedly and persistently manipulated the value of assets.
Okay, so you get the
really,
idea. She's very grave.
And it clearly affected her personally. You know, all of that clearly did. You know, and it, just so everybody knows, like I learned this yesterday. It's because I'm not a lawyer, don't want to be one, but but it's a civil suit. It's not a criminal suit. And a civil suit, you don't have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So I'm assuming that that's on purpose because there are all of these kids named in the suit. She's gonna have to prove that they did something wrong, but all of them, every single individual in that suit, that they like did it maliciously and that this was done. You know, obviously they knew all the stuff going in, and then it's like they're just these terrible, awful people, right? But not beyond a reasonable doubt, right? So I mean, it's like this. She's never going to win this, you know?
I should hope not, but because there's so many it's just everything seems so rigged right now. I would hope that she would have no case. It seems like such an obviously ridiculous witch hunt kind of case.
Right.
And especially, I mean, if she had, after all of this investigation that she's been doing, if she had something, she would make this a criminal case. Totally. And so the fact that she hasn't is hugely indicative of the fact that they have nothing. She's just got a vendetta. And if you need any proof of that, let's just take a little trip down memory lane with Letitia James, shall we? Look at this.
Sue him for us. Oh, we're gonna definitely sue him. Gonna be a real.
Going.
I can't
Damn it. I had a flashback of her saying all these, basically her saying, I'm going to go after Trump. I'm going to get him. Like, we're going to make him go down.
We can still hear
it. But I can play it. But if you think that the sound is okay, it's literally just a whole bunch of, it's a montage of sound bites from her. So I'll play a little bit.
That will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president. We need to focus on Donald Trump. We need to follow his money. What is fueling my soul right now is Trump. This illegitimate president.
So you get the idea, right? She's not fond of him at all. And so clearly this seems very, very personal and just utterly ridiculous. Yeah. It's a ridiculous, baseless suit.
There's that whole illegitimate president thing again. So does that make her a threat to democracy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Trump was on Hannity last night, and he made a really good point about how ridiculous this is. And in his defense, he's talking about, well, and another thing, before I even get to his clip, she's claiming the main basis for this entire suit is fraud. Who exactly has he defrauded? Who is the victim in all of this? Because without someone to say, this hurt me personally, or this hurt me financially, like what is even the case? Because he's paid back every loan that he's ever taken. So who's the victim here? Right. You know what I mean? Like who's been hurt?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
She says all of us. She says all of us. Are you guys affected? I don't give a crap. Do you guys give a crap? Because I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, it's just so baseless. And so he makes a good point. Well, I'll just let him say it.
If I were I don't have a mortgage on this property. If I was going to put a mortgage on this property, the institutions are going to be coming over. They're going to go through comparable properties all over Palm Beach or whatever it is, wherever it may be, Miami. We have them all over. We have tremendous properties. And again, we have very little debt. The debt we did have, it was paid current. The banks made a lot of money. She's trying to defend banks that got paid off. She's trying to defend banks that had unbelievable legal talent. I will tell you that. They're very good.
It doesn't make any sense. So, like, if someone was gonna give him a loan, she's basically suggesting that he called somebody on the phone and said, "I'm Donald Trump, and the value of this building is X. Therefore, I want a loan for 70 skillion billion dollars." The bank's not gonna go check and appraise the property for themselves. I
Right.
mean,
And
that's
if the
not how
bank
this works.
and if the bank didn't do that, that's on them.
Right.
That's totally on
Exactly.
them. Yeah.
Exactly.
This is obviously this is all TDS. It's just and she looks pathetic. I mean,
She
these
looks
people,
really bad.
all of these Democrats, these liberals are not starting to, they just look pathetic at this point. Like I saw this yesterday and I was just like, well, here we go again. It's just another one. It's just not, I mean,
Right.
they will stop at nothing. These people are deranged. They are freaking loons. They're loons. Leave the guy alone. For
Yeah.
crying out loud. It is like, it is enough already. Enough.
It's it's so vindictive.
It is.
Now, I know a lot of people have been angry at former Attorney General Bill Barr because he has said things in the press and on various talk shows. He has said things that people have felt like, betrays Trump. I think Bill Barr generally just says things that he believes from a legal standpoint with his legal background. So there's some cases like with the Mar-a-Lago raid, for example, there's some cases where he feels like, Trump probably messed up and this is at least a legitimate investigation. But on this, he is like, here's what he said.
There are times where people may, be conducting legitimate investigations into some of Trump's actions, but this isn't one of them. And it is simply true that there are a lot of long knives out for him. And, people tend to go after Trump, target him unfairly, apply different standards of justice. And when that happens, I think it has to be called out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it needs to be called out. And these people are crazy. It's like,
I mean,
and then I wonder, like, if it is like this just ridiculous lawsuit that has no basis, I wonder if he could go. Obviously, he can go after her. He could countersue, couldn't he? Because I would.
I mean, at this point, everybody's suing everybody, so we might as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just stupid. These people look stupid. Stop it. You look like toddlers.
It's just, and especially her, because she's been so openly vocal about her hatred for him. So it just, and the fact that she's, in another election cycle, it's all so political and so obviously political.
Yeah.
So, but I think Bill Barr's right. There are other times where, at least there's a legitimate reason to ask questions. And so, and this is when I don't think Trump helps himself, because in that same interview here, and I still have the questions like, how is it exactly? What is the process for declassifying anything? If you're the president, how does that work? And you would think that this would be fairly open, like there would be a process that was well understood.
Yeah, we would know.
And I don't know what the process is, but I have to believe that it is not this.
It doesn't have to be a process, as I understand it. There's different people say different things, but as I understand, there doesn't have to be. If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it, because you're sending it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever you're sending it. And there doesn't have to be a process. There can be a process, but there doesn't have to be. You're the president. You make that decision. So when you send it, it's declassified. I declassified everything.
Okay.
So I can tell that really bothered you.
Well, you can't declassify. Right.
And it goes, poof, it's declassified.
You can't just declassify
It's like,
something by
I dream a
thinking
genie.
it.
This is my favorite. I loved it though. I love how he says that.
Why isn't this understood? Why isn't there like some clearly written rule book that says here's how you go about declassifying something so that there would not be all these questions? You know what I mean?
This is the thing. There's like 18 gajillion levels of bureaucracy for everything else.
Right.
They have manuals and like standard operating procedures for all sorts of crap. But then it's like, we're just not sure. We're just not real sure how this works. works, you guys. We're not.
Well, and I'm sorry, there's all kinds of people in the comments going, yes, he can. He can just do it. I'm not going to take it from a YouTube comment. I would like to see some official documentation from somewhere like up in the ranks that is clearly written. Here are the rules about declassifying. And listen, it's not just that I'm confused. It's that apparently lawyers all over the country cannot agree about this. Why? That seems to be such an easy, basic standard of practice that it's like wearing masks. It's like the same thing to me about wearing masks. How is it that it wasn't until 2020 that there was a conversation among healthcare practitioners whether or not masks work? And I'm like, how are we this far in civilization and that question hasn't been, there's no clarity. Like, how is that even possible?
And
You
they
know what I
still
mean?
don't. They still don't have clarity.
Right.
They're still
What is even happening?
right.
Anyway, so that's all happening. We'll see what happens with the civil case. It's all just such total madness. But what's really madness is Biden on the world stage, his performance at the UN, speaking to the UN yesterday. And so we're going to get to that. But I want to first remind everybody there is a big special on a 3-month emergency food kit from the great people at My Patriot Supply. So if you go to preparewiththechicks.com, preparewiththechicks.com, you can get 20% off of a 3-month emergency food kit. And Daisy's got one. I've got one. I cannot tell you just like the peace of mind that you get knowing that in your house somewhere, wherever it is that you store things for disasters, disaster recovery, emergency planning, knowing that that is there, you just have, there's a sense of calm, right? That you have knowing it.
Yep. You get that, some water, flashlights, and ammo. Put that in a space. You guys are ready.
Then you're ready.
There you go.
Yeah, but you got to have more than just the water, right? You got to know that you're
right,
okay in a food emergency.
Right. You need to have I definitely want to get a couple more of those buckets. I want a couple more because things are really weird right now.
Very, very weird. So you can do it too. Preparewiththechicks.com to get your 20% off. All right, let's talk about Biden at the UN yesterday because, oh my God. So there were 2 moments that have gone completely viral. The first, and there were 2 different, I think, opportunities for him to speak. First, he spoke to the whole thing, but then there was like another presentation that he made, I think. And so at the end of his presentation, you know how he walks off the stage and he never knows what to do unless somebody guides him and holds his hand?
He's trying to find somebody to shake hands with and the person's never there. Yeah.
You guys, here it is.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Why does he? I can't.
Mr. President, thank you.
Oh my God.
At the end of such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate. But for all the millions whose lives will be saved,
oh my God,
for the communities where life will be transformed, thank you. So thank you, President Biden, for your outstanding...
I mean, it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing.
Oh my God.
Imagine being Putin right now. Imagine being Putin who's like running around threatening to nuke everything at the moment.
Right.
Imagine being Putin and watching that guy and thinking that's the biggest adversary I got to worry about. That guy?
That's
Oh my God. And that wasn't even the worst of it. There was the end of his speech, which by the way, I thought was totally ballless. What I think of when I think of someone with power and strength at the UN, I think of Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley was such a good UN ambassador. She always projected strength of the United States. And that is what you have to do. And this guy, Biden, is so utterly useless. This is how he ended his speech.
Thank you for your tolerance, for listening to me. I appreciate it very much.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you for tolerance and listening to me.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I just cannot understand how anyone continues to support him. Anyone. I just don't get it.
Well,
How?
the soy boys, you know what I mean? The people, all the guys on the left who, this is the thing, they're weak. They're weak. There is no strength in this guy. There's no strength in America anymore. These are the people that hate America, right? They hate this country, so they don't care if we show strength or not. They want to bow down to all these other countries and apologize for being us.
Yeah.
You know,
And I just imagine if Trump had been there to deliver the speech.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It would have been, yeah,
Night and
exactly. Night and day. He always projected strength. He always projected this sort of notion of America comes first. And the reason we come first is because we're the freaking best.
Right.
And there was never a doubt about it,
Right.
ever.
And he was never in the back of a line. He was always like up in front. He was at a conference table. He was basically at the center of it. And he made sure of that. He's aggressive.
And can you imagine him walking off a stage like that? Never in a bajillion years. Never.
No freaking way. Because the guy's aggressive, and that's what you need as a leader. You need a leader that is aggressive, who has balls.
Yeah.
And Biden is neither of those things.
It's totally embarrassing.
God.
And it gets even worse because then you guys, do you remember? Okay, so the other day, 2 days ago, maybe, Biden was walking through that car show and he was doing the interview with 60 Minutes. Yeah, so I guess it was Sunday when it aired. And he was asked about the pandemic. And he said very clearly in that interview, the pandemic is over, right? And now the White House has been scrambling. Dr. Fauci's been on all the shows, trying to walk it back, trying to say, no. Here's what he meant. This is what they always do for him.
And all the mask wearing liberals are freaking out because they want to wear masks the rest of their lives, you know?
Right.
And so they're like, oh my God, our leader told us that it's over. What are we going to do? Oh God, we have to unmask our kids now? What do we do? I mean, they're all freaking out because they love this. They love being in a state of panic and the government telling them what to do on a daily basis. This is what they want.
Well, and so when Biden says the pandemic is over, it completely, that's a huge deal, right? So Karine Jean-Pierre was on one of the news shows yesterday, and she was asked about that comment. And I don't know how to prepare you for how she excuses that gaffe. But I'll just let her just watch.
The president also in the 60 Minutes interview said that the pandemic is over. There's been quite a bit of pushback to that statement by the president. Where is he today on that?
So just to step back for a second, what we saw during that interview, 60-minute interview, when he made those comments, he was walking through the Detroit car show, the halls of the Detroit car show, and he was looking around. We have to remember the last time that they had held that event was 3 years ago. Even as we're talking about UNGA, the president's going to speak shortly, as I just mentioned, that hasn't been held in person for about 3 years as well. So we are in a different time. He's been very consistent about that.
So the pandemic is over. He said the pandemic is over because he was distracted by the car show.
By the car show. Yeah, because the car show, everybody was maskless at the car show. I say, listen, when I go to car shows, I say stuff that I regret all the time. Like you would not believe the stuff I say at car shows, you guys. It's the car show. It's the car show.
You can't be expected to stay coherent at a car show.
It's crazy. I mean, tops come off. It's mayhem at the car show. All right. You can't. What happens at the car show stays at the car show, you guys. Come on. Don't you know that?
Oh my God. So
it's so stupid.
I just love that was I mean, let's take a step back, she says, and realize where he was. He was at a car show that hadn't been there for 3 years. Yeah. And there were so many cars, guys.
It shows more of his weakness though, because he's not calling the shots. So it just shows you more of when he says something that is out of the narrative, it's away from the script, something that he's not supposed to say, they all gang up and they're like, oh crap, we got to fix it. Yeah. Whereas, when it's one of our guys, if it were one of our presidents, when I say, a Republican president, and he said something or she said something, it would just be, you know what I mean? It probably would be the policy. It probably would be because everybody would be in lockstep and they would know exactly what that individual was thinking before they went to the freaking car show. But
Right.
Biden is such a loose cannon because he is a geriatric goof that, they have no idea. He's not running the show. It just shows you, it just solidifies the fact that he's not doing it. There are so many other people around him, and he's just this malleable, mushy, just ballless, just figurehead that they have just up there on a stage, and they tell him what to say, and they give him a teleprompter, and they're like, just don't go off script. Don't go off script.
And then he does every freaking time.
Right.
Oh my God. Speaking of people who are just complete idiots in this administration, you wrote about this yesterday at chicksontheright.com. Kamala is at it again. Never in the history of ever did I think someone could put the word community in one sentence 5 times.
It's the word of the day.
5 times.
The word of the day, Mock.
Maybe it's even more than 5. It could be more than 5. I counted at least 5. And that's amazing for one sentence to include the same word that many times. And I will play it for you. Here it goes.
We invested an additional $12 billion into community banks because we know community banks are in the community and understand the needs and desires of that community as well as the talent and capacity of community.
That's 5. That's 5 times.
That was good, wasn't it? It's good. It's like what I wrote yesterday. It's like when we were kids and we used to watch Sesame Street and they had the word of the day. She is a walking Sesame Street episode. That's what she is. She's just like, the word of the day is community. I'm going to use it as many times as possible so you guys can understand.
Oh my gosh. She's just such an empty suit. Such an empty suit.
Oh my God, both of them are. It's terrifying.
My name today is in honor, of course, of Marco Rubio, who was speaking out yesterday, and I thought so succinctly and so well about the ridiculous story that is something I said in this very live stream yesterday that I was worried was going to happen, is now happening. And that is that there is now a lawyer who is representing at least 3, they're all from the same family, 3 illegals that were shipped off to Martha's Vineyard. They are suing Governor DeSantis for this torture, apparently, by being sent to Martha's Vineyard. They suffered, you guys. They suffered so hard. Never mind that they're criminals.
I don't know why
they're suffering.
One of them got vertigo, Mom. One of them got vertigo. He's like, I got vertigo.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's like this, and oh my God.
You know what? We should send him back home. I bet he won't get vertigo back at home.
Right. You won't in communist Venezuela, where you were obviously fleeing for asylum. And so you come here, we ship you to Martha's Vineyard. And then,
like the richest part of the country.
Right. It's like a paradise for most people, right? There's like gajillion-dollar houses out there. And he's like, I suffered. I got vertigo.
Right.
I got vertigo. I need to sue. I mean, this is isn't it just like quintessential? You're a new American and welcome to America. What do? The first thing that you do when you get here, it's not go to Disneyland. No, it's you hire a lawyer and you sue somebody. So you can get
after you break the law.
Right.
After you break the law.
After you break the law. You cannot make this stuff up.
You can't.
It's crazy.
And so I thought Marco did an amazing job in 1 minute just framing how utterly absurd this is. Watch.
What country in the world are you allowed to
All right, you're not going to see it, but you are going to hear it, and that's all that matters. It's just him sitting in a chair. Okay. There's your context.
enter illegally into a country violating its laws and within a week be in court suing the very government whose laws you've just violated?
Right.
Well, that's what we hear today, that the 48 migrants from Venezuela who violated our laws a week ago and entered the country illegally are now suing. They're now in court, they have a lawyer, and they're suing. This is incredible. No other country in the world would allow that. And the other hypocrisy here is all of these people in the media, in politics, going around saying that we have an obligation to assume this responsibility of caring for millions of people who are coming, have come, or want to come. Who assumes the responsibility? Who's supposed to pay for it? Who's supposed to pay for all this? Because they don't want to pay for it. They don't want it. What they're basically saying is we should allow anyone who comes here illegally to come and to stay, and we should assume that responsibility, but only if they stay in Florida, but only if they stay in Texas. Not if they come to New York, not if they come to Massachusetts, not if they come to Washington, D.C. They're hypocrites, and they're radical leftists who want to destroy this country. That's what this is.
He's absolutely right. 100%.
I mean, and who's paying for the lawyer? I'm assuming that's us.
Oh my God.
Well, who else? Like, these people have money to pay for a freaking lawyer.
Well,
I mean,
there's these organizations, right? Like there's these leftist organizations who just chomp at the bit to try to support them and represent them.
A nonprofit.
Right.
Who
I mean, I'm
doesn't
assuming. I have no idea.
It's probably a nonprofit that doesn't pay taxes. Go figure. It's probably what it is. I mean, I'm I'm right about that. It's probably some nonprofit like 501c that is taking on the case, this ridiculous case, because I got vertigo. I got vertigo on the bus. I can't. I just cannot with these people. It's just unbelievable. And then again, everybody forgets, kind of like Marco Rubio reminded us, they broke the law.
Right.
Remember when that used to mean something? Okay, so can I just stop paying my taxes and then sue somebody because I don't know, I feel like I got vertigo. I got vertigo. You know why I got vertigo? I got vertigo because this administration is giving me vertigo because
you saw how much your tax bill is.
Right. My property taxes, my electric bill's gone up. Everything's gone up. All the prices suck. So I'm getting vertigo from that, and I just decided this year I don't want to pay taxes.
You should sue Biden. Sue him.
I should. I think we all should sue, but we should get a class action suit and sue Biden. Yeah, because we have vertigo, you guys. We have vertigo.
All right. I actually know what your whack is today, and I have it ready to go to share with everybody. Did you want to intro it in any way first?
Mock doesn't think this is whack. I knew that this would happen, though. When I saw this yesterday, I was like, I kind of think this is a little whack. Okay, you guys, we're probably going to be split down the middle. There's probably going to be Team Daisy, and then there's going to be Team Mock, right? She actually enjoys this. I just think it's a little weird. I thought the timing was weird.
Well, you got to say what it is first.
It's it's the new song for Space Force.
There's a new song.
There's a new song, you guys.
And they have a video to announce sort of the new song.
We should watch it.
And so we're gonna play the song for you. And it's like 40 seconds of the song. I'm assuming it's a little bit longer than this shows.
You're gonna get the extended version on your phone. I know you are. You're totally gonna do it. You're gonna put it on there today.
Okay, I mean, I understand why people think it's ridiculous, but I can't help it. You guys, I like it a little bit. Here it is.
In the mighty watchful light, guarding us beyond the blue, the invincible front line, for fighters brave and true. Only reaching into space, there's no limit to our sky, standing guard both night and day, bring the Space Force from on high.
You love it.
Anyway,
you love it.
It's so John Philip Sousa.
It is. It totally is. God, it's so is. I think it needs more lasers. I think it needs more. Yeah, definitely more lasers. Don't you guys think? It's a little bit too old for me. Like, listen, I'm a Gen Xer. I mean, I'm 50. I'm sorry, I'm 51. So, you think that I would appreciate sort of some of the old time like music from some of these organizations. And I do. I appreciate that. I appreciate the tradition of the military and whatnot. But this, I mean, it's a new organization. So you think that they would have
so they
come
need
up
a
with
song.
something. Right. Somebody said it sounds like something from a 40s war movie. I'm right there with you. I think they could have done a little bit better. They could have, I'm not saying don't hire Cardi B or anything to create the song. I'm just saying they could have maybe come up with something a little bit more modern. That's all.
You know what I would actually love? That amazing soundtrack from Interstellar? I mean, I freaking love the soundtrack of Interstellar. That would
love that movie. You
Oh,
love
I
that
love everything
movie.
about
I
it.
cannot stand that movie. I
But the
hate that
music,
movie.
you guys, the music is so powerful and good. And I recognize that it doesn't have lyrics, and maybe that's the problem. But I feel like that's what was missing is a little bit more spaciness, less marching band, more space.
And I could
you
see
know?
all the women singing it, and they all had like the 40s hairdos,
Yeah.
they all had, and they all were like, doing this when they were singing. And it's like,
Right. That's what I did.
Listen up. Right. It was, anyways, that was a little bit weird.
I
It was
mean,
just, and the timing was a little bit weird yesterday. There was so much news, and then I saw all the stuff going
well,
on with
yeah.
Russia, and I just, I was just on edge yesterday with all of the weird news from Putin just being a crazy person, and then I saw this, and I was like, this isn't very helpful.
Like
help.
I understand the timing is a little sus, right?
little
Like
weird.
why would you release like this happy little marching band song right now?
Yeah, I'm not,
Because
no.
it one thing it does not do is strike fear in any other country's heart.
No, there's no fear with that.
It just does not. Okay. Anyway, it is now time for some My Pillow talks, and don't forget to get your whole Christmas list done out of the way by just going to mypillow.com/chicks and using code chicks and getting discounts on all of the things. Sheets are on mega sale still. You can get those while they last, but you're going to get buy one, get one offers when you use code chicks on all kinds of things. Let's get to some talk. Should we get the I feel like I have a let's do the serious one first, and then we'll have the fun ones after that. I thought this woman did a really nice job explaining what's going on in Iran right now. And so I wanted to play this so that everyone is aware. She actually asks in the video, please share this widely because it's important that people see what true courage, true feminism really looks like.
Imagine living in a world
Let me turn it up.
where there's a government that believes that a woman showing her hair is immoral, but killing a woman over showing her hair is not immoral. You are living in that world because that's exactly what happened to Mahsa Amini, who was visiting the Iranian capital with her family before she was arrested by Iran's morality police for revealing too much of her hair beneath her hijab. While in custody, she was beaten so bad that she ended up in a coma before being pronounced dead. What Iran's government is implying is that a dress code is more valuable than the life of a woman, and the Iranian people are fed up. In fact, women all over Iran have taken to the streets to protest Mahsa's killing, risking their lives by bravely removing their hijabs. It has been reported that 6 have already been killed in these protests, and dozens have been seriously injured. The courage and solidarity that these women in Iran are showing is beyond moving, but Instagram has now been blocked in Iran. So it's on us now to amplify their voices and raise awareness about the atrocities that are being faced by women in Iran. Everyone deserves the freedom to choose what to wear and what not to wear without fear of their life being in jeopardy. This is a movement that everyone who supports the fight for women's rights should be talking about, and a catalyst for the liberation of women around the world. Please share this message if you can, and let's be on the right side of history.
So that is from Legal Baddie, Baddie, Legal Baddie. So if you want to find her on TikTok and share that far and wide, I think it's a pretty important message.
It is. And I find it interesting that there's still going to be feminists here that won't talk about that. And then they'll be bitching and moaning about how oppressed they are here in the United States.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
perhaps you should spend some time in Iran, shouldn't you? Yeah,
that's right. Okay, weird little backstory about this next video with the goat. So I was actually in the middle of watching it. I was watching this exact video on TikTok when Daisy texted me the exact same video. And it was like one of those just crazy, we just have these brain share moments where I'm like, what? How are you inside of my head right now? It was just crazy. And that is because she sent it to me because she knew that I would be in love with it. Here it is.
I don't think I want a goat anymore.
Get the hell away from me. What? What is wrong with you? Uno.
They're so weird. How weird. So weird.
His name is Uno, you guys.
His name is Uno. He's very vocal. Just could not.
Well, what I loved is that the very first comment, which got a gajillion likes, was somebody that said, he sounds kind of like Kevin Hart. And so then she made a follow-up video, and the comment says, why does this remind me of Kevin Hart? So she has made a second video to respond.
Okay, so a lot of people think you sound like Kevin Hart. What do you think about that? Uno, do you sound like Kevin Hart? You don't like that?
So odd. That goat. There was something wrong with that goat. Seriously.
There really is something wrong with that goat.
I like him, but there's something seriously wrong with him.
So I have a confession to make, and this will make some people totally crazy. We are a family who does not make our beds. So I know that Jordan Peterson would be very disappointed. So many people would be disappointed. No, my mother is disappointed, right? Like I don't make my bed unless I have to, unless I think somebody's going to see my bedroom. I just don't make the bed.
We don't really do a lot of it either. I mean, I don't always make my bed. Sometimes I'm just like, I want to see my bed look pretty, and so I'll make it. But on a daily basis, I mean, I get up at 4:45 in the morning. There's no making. My husband's still in it. I can't. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to do that. So,
right.
Yeah.
I don't do it. And so but I do relate to the like long-suffering husbands who, when they were single, had one pillow. Right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Just one.
Oh,
and then when they get married to women who like make the bed and who like make it,
That's
like
me.
super pretty, they have 17 million pillows, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And so this is why I love this video. So the caption at the top of this says, before I got married. And then after.
It's so true. My husband and my daughter both make fun of the fact that I have so many pillows on the couch. Look at all the pillows.
I have tons of pillows. Like my guest room bed looks amazing. And it does have probably like 6 pillows. And it's beautiful because no one ever is there. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to make it all the time. It's just made. And then when somebody comes, obviously I unmake it. But you know what I mean? It always looks pretty. My room, it's a total disaster.
Yeah, this is the thing. There's a lot of pillows. And in our family room, we have pillows everywhere. And then they always end up on the floor. And my husband and my daughter are also long suffering when it comes to the pillows. They just like roll their eyes. And I'm like, you know what? They look nice.
That's right. I love pillows. I love having lots of pillows. I just don't make my personal actual bed is all. Okay. I love the woman that is marveling at this newscaster's hair because you guys, it connects.
All right. Her hair is legit connecting. Like, is she okay? This is getting very weird. Oh my God. Here she is. Still connecting even when she turns her head.
It's connected.
It is
really intense.
How? That has to happen on purpose, right? Like that's intentional.
Right. Her hair is legit connecting.
It's connected. It's connected.
It is connected. Wow.
Why would you do that?
That takes some time and some severe hairspray.
It doesn't. I mean, that's amazing. I don't know why you would want it to connect. Is the question?
Well,
like, why do you want? Why?
I don't know. It's sort of like it encapsulates her whole face, her head. Maybe it's holding her head in place.
Maybe so.
Could be.
I've got an amazing Zoomy demonstration for you by a very, very hyper husky. This is like some masterclass Zoomies.
Oh my God, I love that dog. I love him. Love him. He's like on the wall. He's on
the wall. Yeah.
Look at him. I don't know if I'm done. I'm not done.
Nope. Not done.
Nope, not done. He's like, why does that wall have to be there?
I mean, those are some zoomies, man.
So
those
cute.
are some zoomies. Okay, 2 more and then we're done. I have one of a woman. I love like a super, I guess is it a Bronxy accent? Like a super heavy New York accent when this woman clearly she has no more F's to give, right? None. And so she is rebelling against shapewear.
Oh my God. Okay.
She's got an event to go to and she is just not having any kind of Spanx.
All right, let's make this very clear. Let's make this go public. All right? I got a party tomorrow night. What am I wearing? A black dress. Done. That's my go-to, all right? If I tell one more person, what do you wear? Oh, you got to get it. I don't got to get a spank. I don't got to get a crank. I don't get it. Whatever the hell those things are. Number 2, I'm not going to look like a tube. And number 3, if you think that I'm going to suffer the whole night to make you think that I'm 3 pounds thinner, you're out of your mind.
I love it.
It is what it is. I'm not going to catfish nobody. I'm going to show you what I am. If you don't like it, don't look. Don't look. If you think I'm going to suffer the whole night, all right, choking on my ribs to make you think that I lost 3 pounds, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. It is what it is. I'm going to look the same in a T-shirt as I do in a dress, okay? I'm done with it. I'm not going through all that undergarment for this. Get out of here. I'm done.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. I love it. She's like, I'm not going to get in a tube. Spanx and what is it? Is it Skims? Is that Kim Kardashian's?
Yeah, Skims. I've not tried the Skims.
I have not
so
either. I will not buy that garbage because it is that family has enough money. I'm not giving them, I'm not giving them any of mine. No.
Not helping them.
Nope.
Okay, last one. We've talked. I think it's been ages now since we've talked about that headset thing that you wear, Oculus. You know, the Facebook Oculus, where you can like go and see whatever Switzerland looks like, or you can play games. Yeah, virtual reality. So I was unaware that one thing that you can also do is like this game that is also a workout. So when you have the thingies on, you apparently feel like you're holding, or it looks like in your view, like you're holding lightsabers of some sort, right? And then these blocks come at you and you slice through the blocks. And so it's a game, but it's also a workout at the same time. And so this mom has been doing this for her workout, and the son decided, because she can't see him, he decided to record her, and, and then it just gets even funnier.
Oh my God.
Day 2 of sneaking in on my mom's workouts.
Oh my God.
She's just utterly oblivious that she's being recorded.
This time with strobe lights.
Oh my God.
And then he joins her.
I love this kid. Look at him go.
She has no idea. And she's working so hard.
She really is. Can she hear what can she hear him?
Well, I think the music is like for her. Like the game is set to music. And so she hears the music, but she has no idea that like he set her strobe lights.
Because the only thing that would make that better is if it was set to Space Force music. It would make that so much better.
Then it'd be more like a march. You know what I mean? Like then it'd be more like a march and not a slash.
Oh my God. Why do kids do that? Why do kids want to embarrass us? We never embarrass them. It's just mean.
Ever. No, never. Mean. We never do that. I don't know why they would do that. Anyway,
you guys,
that's
Thursday.
Those are your thoughts.
It's time to bring it in. I'm looking at my dogs. They're about ready to come over here and maul me. Bring it in.
You know what? It's the first day of fall.
It is.
And like yesterday here, it was 94 degrees, and today the high is 66.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, are you
what?
serious?
And it didn't rain or anything. It's just Indiana doing Indiana things.
I love
It's
that.
so
So it
weird.
understood. So Indiana understood the assignment.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we got you. Summer's
Texas
over.
is-
We're on.
Yeah, Texas is like, it's fall. That's cute.
We'll give you some fall in January. How about
Right.
that?
Maybe we'll think about that in January or February. But today, no, not today.
All right.
You guys have a great day. We will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.